Answers. Ava is having a conversation with Jacob. Is Ava having a conversation with Peter?
No, she isn't having a conversation with Peter.
No, she isn't having a conversation with Peter. Ava is having a conversation with Jacob. Who is Ava having a conversation with?
Jacob. Ava is having a conversation with Jacob.
Jacob. Ava is having a conversation with Jacob. She's having a conversation with Jacob. What is Ava doing with Jacob?
A conversation. Ava is having a conversation
A
with
conversation.
Jacob.
Ava is having a conversation with Jacob. She wants to know what kind of music he likes. What does Ava want to know from Jacob? What kind of music Jacob likes? Ava wants to know what kind of music he likes. She wants to know what kind of music he likes. Who wants to know what kind of music Jacob likes?
Ava wants to know what kind of music he likes.
Ava wants to know what kind of music Jacob likes. Does she want to know what kind of music Jacob dislikes?
No, she doesn't want to know what kind of
No, she doesn't want to know what kind of music he dislikes. He hates. She wants to know what kind of music he likes. So she asks him about his favorite kind of music. Does she ask him about his favorite kind of music?
Yes, she asks him about his favorite.
Yes, she asks him about his favorite kind of music. Ava asks him about his favorite kind of music. Does Ava ignore Jacob's favorite kind of music?
No, she doesn't ignore what kind of music.
No, she doesn't ignore his favorite kind of music. Ava asks him about his favorite kind of music. What does Ava ask Jacob about?
His favorite kind of music. His favorite
kind of music. Ava asked Jacob about his favorite kind of music. Jacob says he likes all kinds of music, but he mostly likes pop, rock, and classical. What kind of music does Jacob say he likes?
Jacob said he likes.
Jacob says he likes all kinds of music, but he mostly likes pop, rock, and classical. Does Jacob mostly like opera and country and western music?
No, she doesn't. No,
Jacob says he likes all kinds of music, but he mostly likes pop, rock, and classical. Does Jacob tell Ava what kind of music he hates?
No, Jacob said he likes. Jacob
says he likes all kinds of music, but he mostly likes pop, rock, and classical. Ava has tickets to a show. What kind of tickets does Ava have?
Tickets to a show. Ava had tickets
to a show. Ava has tickets to a show and invites Jacob to go with her to the show. Does Ava invite Jeremy to the movies?
No. Ava had tickets to a show and invites Jacob.
No, Ava has tickets to a show and invites Jacob to go with her to the show. Does Ava have tickets?
Yes, Ava had tickets to a show and invites Jacob to go
yes,
with her
Ava
to the
has
show.
tickets to a show and invites Jacob to go with her to the show. She invites Jacob to go with her to the show. Who invites Jacob to go with her to the show?
Jacob. Ava Ava
invites Jacob to go with her to the show. Ava invites him to go to the show with her. Where does Ava invite Jacob to go?
The show. Ava invites Jacob to go to the show with her.
She invites Jacob to go to the show with her. Does she invite Mark to go to the show with her?
No, she doesn't invite Mark. Ava invites Jacob to go
she doesn't
to the
invite
show
Mark.
with her.
She invites Jacob to go to the show with her. Jacob asks what kind of music the show has. What does Jacob ask?
What kind of music the show has?
What kind of music the show has? Jacob asks what kind of music the show has. Does Jacob ask what kind of music the show has?
Yes. Jacob asks what kind
Jacob asks what kind of music the show has. He asks what kind of music the show has. Does he ask what kind of food the show has?
No, she doesn't ask what kind of food
he doesn't ask what kind of food the show has. He asks what kind of music
the show has.
Ava tells him it's rock and it's in Lincoln Park. Does Ava tell Jacob the kind of music and location?
Yes, Ava tells him
it's rock and it's in Lincoln Park.
Lincoln Park.
Who tells Jacob it's rock and it's in Lincoln Park?
Ava tells him it's rock and it's in Lincoln Park.
Ava tells him it's rock and it's in Lincoln Park. Does Ava tell Jacob the show is in Jackson Park?
No, it isn't Jackson Park.
No, it isn't in Jackson Park. The show isn't in Jackson Park. Ava tells him it's rock and it's in Lincoln Park.
Lincoln Park.
Jacob asks what time the show takes place. What does Jacob ask about the show?
Jacob asks
what time the show takes place. He asks what time the show takes place. Does Jacob ask who is performing at the show?
No, Jacob doesn't ask who is performing at the show.
No, Jacob doesn't ask who is performing at the show. Jacob asks what time the show takes place. Does Jacob ask where the show takes place?
No, he doesn't ask where. No, he doesn't ask where.
No, he doesn't ask where the show takes place. Jacob asks what time the show takes place. Ava tells him it's at 7 p.m. When does Ava tell Jacob the show starts?
At 7 p.m. Ava tells him it's at 7 p.m.
At 7 p.m. Ava tells him it's at 7 p.m. Ava tells him the show starts at 7 p.m. Does Jacob tell Ava the show starts at 7 p.m.?
No, Jacob doesn't tell Ava.
Jacob doesn't tell Ava that the show starts at 7 p.m. Ava tells Jacob the show starts at 7 p.m.
Jacob, the show starts at 7 p.m.
Who does Ava tell it's at 7 p.m.?
Jacob. Ava tells Jacob it's 7 p.m.
Jacob. Ava tells Jacob it's at 7 p.m. Is the show at 7 p.m.?
Yes, the show at 7 p.m. Ava tells him
Ava tells him it's at 7 p.m. Jacob says he would like to go. How does Jacob answer to Ava?
Jacob says he would like Jacob said he would like to go and suggest.
Jacob says he'd like to go and suggests that they have dinner first. He says he'd like to go and suggests they have dinner first. Does Jacob say he would like to stay?
No, he doesn't. No, she doesn't say.
Jacob doesn't say he would like to stay. He says he would like to go. Where would Jacob like to go?
The show. Jacob would like to go to the show.
The show. Jacob would like to go to the show. He would like to go to the music show.
To the music show.
Who says he'd like to go?
Jacob. Jacob said he would like to go. He said he would like to go.
Jacob says he would like to go. He says he would like to go. He suggests they have dinner first. What does Jacob suggest?
Jacob suggests they have dinner first. Jacob suggests they have dinner first.
He suggests they have dinner first. Jacob suggests they have dinner first. Does he suggest they would have dinner later?
No. He doesn't suggest they have dinner later.
No, he doesn't suggest they have dinner later. He suggests they have dinner first. What does Jacob suggest they would do?
They have dinner first.
They have dinner first. Jacob suggests they have dinner first. Ava thinks that is a good idea. What does Ava think?
Dinner is a good idea. Ava thinks that
dinner is a good idea. Ava thinks that it is a good idea. Does Ava think dinner is a bad idea?
No. She doesn't think dinner is a bad idea.
No, Ava doesn't think dinner is a bad idea. Ava thinks that it is a good idea. What does Ava tell Jacob about having dinner?
Ava thinks that it's a good idea.
Ava thinks that is a good idea. Ava tells Jacob that it is a good idea.
It's a good idea.
Jacob suggests they eat at the restaurant across the street from his apartment. What does Jacob suggest to Ava?
Jacob suggests they eat at the restaurant.
Jacob suggests they eat at the restaurant across the street from his apartment. He suggests they eat at the restaurant across the street from his apartment. Does Jacob suggest they have dinner at the Hilton Hotel?
No, Jacob doesn't suggest they have dinner.
No, Jacob doesn't suggest they have dinner at the Hilton Hotel. He suggests they eat at the restaurant across the street from his apartment. Where does Jacob suggest they have dinner?
Jacob suggests they eat at the restaurant across the street
Jacob suggests they eat at the restaurant across the street from his apartment. Ava likes the idea and thinks she knows where the restaurant is. Does Ava want to have dinner with Jacob?
Yes, Ava likes the idea.
Ava likes the idea and thinks she knows where the restaurant is.
She knows where the restaurant is.
Does Ava know where the restaurant is?
Yes, she thinks she knows. Yes, she thinks she knows where the
Yes,
restaurant
she thinks
is.
she knows where the restaurant is.
Ava
Ava thinks she knows
idea.
where the restaurant is. Does Ava know the restaurant's location?
Yes, she thinks she knows. Yes, she thinks she knows where the restaurant is.
Yes, she thinks she knows where the restaurant is. Jacob tells her she's right about the restaurant's location. What does Jacob tell Ava about the directions?
Jacob tells her that right.
Jacob tells her she's right about the restaurant's location. Does Jacob tell her she's wrong about the restaurant's location?
No, Jacob doesn't tell her she's wrong about the
No,
restaurant
Jacob
location.
doesn't tell her she's wrong about a restaurant's location. He
He
tells her that she's
that
right
she's
about the
right
restaurant's
the
location.
restaurant location.
Who tells Ava she's right about the restaurant's location?
Jacob. Jacob tells her she's right about the restaurant location.
Jacob tells her she's right about the restaurant's location. He tells her that she's right about the restaurant's location.